Hey guys, it's Molly, and today I'm back with another video. So yeah, first of all, I just wanted to say, I woke up to this. So, it's gonna be a good fucking day. Today's video is going to be, tips and tricks for Shawn's meet and greet, because I felt like I needed a video like this when I met him for the first time, and there wasn't any. Now there are some, and I just wanted to get mine out there too so you guys could see what tips I have and what I think. Not that it matters because I'm irrelevant, but I mean, please keep in mind, I'm not trying to say you have to do all these things to have a good meet and greet, because it's your experience and it's gonna go how you implement it. I don't even know if that's the right word, but yeah, so I'm just giving you tips on what I felt like I needed or would have helped me make my meet and greet better, if that makes sense. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Tip number one can be taken however you want, which would be to plan a pose. Now, the first time I met Shawn, it was unexpected. I didn't have time to plan, so I just came up with a pose spot on, so that's what happened. But the second and third time I met Shawn, it was surreal to me, and I planned poses for both of them, but I didn't do them because I was nervous, which is acceptable. But if you can plan a pose, I would recommend doing it, because if you get in there and you ask him for it, he's not going to say no unless it's something inappropriate where he can't do, then he'd say no, but usually he says yes, so I recommend planning a pose earlier rather than the day of. Tip number two, don't rush it. This is your time with Shawn. You spent a lot of money on this, or if you got it for first 50 or whatever, it's your time with Shawn, and like, you don't want to rush it because you don't know if you'll ever be able to do it again. You don't know if you'll be able to meet him again, so it's like soak it up as much as you can, because you never know when you'll be able to meet him again. So don't get in there and be like, hi Shawn, picture, bye Shawn, bye. Like, try to start a conversation with him. Obviously it can't be too long because he's got to meet a whole bunch of other girls and guys. He's got to meet all of his other fans, so keep it short, but you know, just don't rush it. Tip number three goes along with the last tip, which is soak it up. Soak up everything. Look at him. Look him in the eyes. Remember everything. Try and remember what he said. Remember what you said, so you don't end up leaving and being like, shit, what did I say to him? So it's like, what did he say to me? Just like, soak it up. Try and remember things. Look at him. Talk to him. Don't treat him like an object. He's a person. Tip number four is be yourself. Like I said, you could eventually sometime meet him again, and he could have the potentially remember you, and you don't have him to remember you one way, which is your fake way, how you were trying to be a whole other person, and then him meet you this time and be like, well, that's not the girl that I met before. So it's like, be yourself. If you're funny and quirky, show that to him. If you're shy, show it to him. Like, don't be like, if you're a shy girl, don't try and be the spontaneous, like, funny girl or something. Like, just be yourself, because he's gonna like you no matter what. So number five is to look him in the eyes. Now I know that'll probably be hard because you're gonna walk in and you're gonna be like, he's fucking real. But you gotta look him in the eyes, because A, that's respectful. Just looking, like, you'd want to be looked in the eyes when you're talking to someone. You wouldn't want to be like, oh yeah, hi Shawn, how are you? Like, you want to be like, hi Shawn, how are you? Are you doing good? That's great. And like, look him in the eyes, you know? And that's also a good thing to help engage the conversation. So there's another tip. Tip number six is recent now to his meet and greets, and that is to not bring a gift. Now I know you're probably like,
what the fuck, Molly? Why can't I bring a gift?
Well, recently, we aren't allowed to bring Shawn gifts anymore. They gave us like an address to send them to. Probably because he takes a bus on tour and they're gonna run out of room really fucking quick, and they have to do things to make space. So I would recommend sending it to that address that they provide you. Tip number 7 is to wear comfortable clothes. Now I know you guys want to be like, I'm gonna look cute, which yeah, everyone wants to look cute, but make sure it's comfortable for you. Like, if you don't wear heels a lot, but you're like, I really want to wear these heels because they would go with my outfit, probably don't wear the heels, because if you've never worn heels before, or if you've worn them and you know you can't withstand them for a long period of time, don't do it to yourself, because you're gonna regret it and then you might end up being miserable, and you don't want to be miserable. So don't wear uncomfortable clothes. Make sure your clothes are comfortable. Trust me, you can find comfortable and cute clothes anywhere, so it won't be a bad thing. Tip number 8 is to introduce yourself. Like I said, you're probably gonna go in there and you might like forget everything. Like, you're gonna plan everything you're gonna say, you're gonna plan your pose, you're gonna plan everything, and then you're gonna get in there and whoop, there it goes, bye, out the window. But if anything, try and introduce yourself, because if you walk in and you're like, hi Shawn, I'm Molly, how are you? Like, he'll remember that. And he'll remember that you took the time to introduce yourself, you took the time to tell him your name and ask how he was, like. And if you meet him again, he could be like, in his head, he might not say it out loud to you, but in his head he'd be like, oh, that's Molly, I remember her. So it's like, it's a plus for you. Tip number 9 is something I cannot stress enough. Try not to cry. Like, I know that'll be really hard for some people because it's Shawn and it could be your first time meeting him and it's like overwhelming, but try not to cry, because it kind of makes it awkward for him, because you're standing there crying over him and it's like, he's probably gonna be like, he's not gonna know what to do. So just keep it in. Cry before or cry after, but don't cry when you're in there with him. Tip number 10, don't have your expectations too high when you get in there. Like, don't walk in and think he's gonna fall madly in love with you and you're gonna get married and have 10 kids, or he's gonna ask for your number, or, you know, just don't think like that, because it's not gonna happen. Like, I hate to like crush people's dreams and stuff, but he's not gonna have the time to even do that, and I don't think he would. If he did, girl, you lucky as hell, just saying. But just don't go in there thinking these crazy assumptions and things that could happen, because you might end up sad, and just don't do that to yourself. Tip number 11, don't make the situation uncomfortable. Like, don't walk in there and try to do an uncomfortable pose that he can't do. Don't ask him to do the pose that he'll say no, and then attempt to do it anyway, because that's just going to make things worse on you, and ultimately you're going to end up crushed because you just humiliated yourself in front of him. So if he says he can't do a pose, don't force it on him. Don't like be mean and say, oh, well, I paid for this. Like, yes, you paid for it, but there's restrictions that he has and things that he can't do, so don't like interrogate him, antagonize him. Like, he just can't do it. My last 2 tips are more for before your meet and greet, and that would be to get there early. And the reason I say this is because they usually send emails out like the day before, or like a couple days before, on all the information regarding meet and greet and what time to get there and everything. So say they say check-in will be at 4. That doesn't mean get there at 3:30, because if you get there at 3:30, the line's gonna be long. And I really recommend getting there early, because A, you get a wicked good seat for meet and greet, for sound check. You could get front row for sound check. You could get front row for sound check. B, 2, you're meeting him like before he's meeting all these other girls, and eventually he's gonna get tired. So if you meet him to be like the first or like whatever first 50 people to meet him or something, he's gonna be more energetic and like, hey, what's up, blah blah blah, like, you know. And yeah, and there's just like those are like the two major pluses to me like getting there early. The only thing that sucks is because you gotta wait for a while, but I just really recommend getting there early. And my last tip is to make sure you have everything you need. Like for check-in, they're gonna check your ID, so make sure you have your ID. If your parents bought it for you under their name on a credit card or whatever, you're gonna need their ID to get in. So make sure you have those. Make sure you have your confirmation email printed out or have it so you can show them, because they're going to be looking at that. Mine they didn't, but they always say to bring it, so just in case, make sure to bring it. So that was my tips and tricks for Shawn Mendes meet and greet. If you have any like certain questions, let me know down below because I can answer them, or if I get like a lot, which I probably won't, I can do a video on like all those questions. If you have any certain videos you guys would like to see, let me know. Comment them down below, like what I bring to concerts, or I don't even know. I'll figure it out. But if you guys have any certain videos you'd like to see, comment down below and let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!